that way. Like that. So I can see on the outside edges. And the only thing I go into the center for is the A flat and a D flat major 7. And if you hold your finger like that, you can play a major 7. So you got to make that one by split.
Oh, yeah.
If that's the way they make them, that's the way they make them.
No, you can't buy them.
No. Actually, what you're doing, you're learning 2 sets yeah, right. So you have to go across like that.
I've got, I think, I still have a Harmonetta. Dave, some guy sent Dave a set Harmonetta to repair. And Dave got into something he couldn't get out of. I mean, he struggled.
Hard job, buddy.
And I tried to help him. 2 of us couldn't put it back together.
He's the expert.
And finally, we ruined it.
You know how I learned to take it apart and put it back together? Thanks to Jerry Murad. This ass is the biggest thief in the world. And I'm telling you, I mean, he is a thief from the word go. And he's got all kinds of little tricks, like, here, give it to me, I'll take it home and I'll fix it for you and make it up real good. Oh, great. That's the last you see it. You never see it again. And so he's telling me, I've got a button that's sticky. A brand new Harmonetta. And he's telling me, well, I'll just fix it for you. And he hems and haws, and we're working Kansas City, and it's like a week later, so he still hasn't got me my Harmonetta back. And I know Jerry, and he's never gotten to me yet. I'm not about to let him to either. So he says, well, look, I'll take it on. I said, you pull that trick with everybody else, not with me. Give it back. You know how he handed it back to me? Completely taken apart in a sack. Every part in that thing. The buttons were out, every screw and nut and bolt in this thing was out, laying in a sack. And it took me a month to put that dude back together, see?
It's a wonder you did.
Well, thanks to Pud, he told me some ideas that you can use to put them back together. He told me the principle of one note. Then you just follow that principle for the whole thing. But the thing is, all these little straps in here have to be hooked up just right. If you push that down for a G sharp, you might get a B flat if you don't hook them up right. So,
tell me, Dave and I fought that thing until we've totally ruined it.
Yeah. Well, you got to hold it up like this and shake it a little bit and let all those things come down and hang just right. And it's a three-handed operation to get those plates back in. And the gasket's the most important thing.
Yeah, we ruined the gasket, and Dave finally got another one from Bud.
Yeah.
And we ruined that one. And I advised Dave to give it up.
Yeah, see that?
What
I made a little kind of like 2 pieces of coat hanger that go through here, and then I've got a little piece that slips over them and holds them apart. And then you can set it like this and put the plates back in. There's a little piece that hangs down. See, it's got to sit right in a groove.
Yeah, I know.
If you don't get that piece back in that
That's
groove,
what we couldn't
it
get.
won't go back.
Yeah.
And you got to do it like this. You put the plates in this way.
And if I recall,
Everybody
you
tries
can't
it this
tell
way.
actually whether you've got it in there. You can't see.
Oh yeah, you can see it.
You can see when it
I
goes
do.
in the slot?
Yeah, the way I do.
Oh.
So I got 2 coat hangers that go through those straps, go underneath them. Not the straps, but the little rods that hook onto the straps. They go underneath those things and hook up over the body. And then I've got 2 pieces that I've made about this big around, and the piece in between them. I slide on from this end, and that spreads it. And I slide it on from the other end, and that spreads it. And then I lock them in place.
You have several Harmonetta?
Yeah, I've got about 4.
That's good.
And you have to hold it like this to put the plates back in. And that gasket's very, very temperamental. You just put a tiny little piece on there, and it's ruined. It'll bleed through from one note to the other. That's what keeps your notes, when you open the straps, that's what keeps your notes from bleeding back and forth.
Yeah. You know how to play lover?
Lover, yeah.
Over there? Could you play lover for me?
About my big tune with Don. You serious?
Yeah.
Ah, good grief. I used to do that. Don did not like anything but the pure sounds, and they like. And I said, "Man, that sucks." And he says, "But that's the way I want to play it." I said, "I don't play harmonica." He said, "But this is my act." I said, "But this is my harmonica." He said, "My contract requires me to play chord, and that's all. If you want harmonica, I play it my way." And so he finally consented, and you'd be amazed how many times I get a hand on that thing just because I do little tricks on it, you know.
Yeah.
But it made me so mad. I wasn't about to play that thing unless I played it my way.
Is that light too much for you?
No, I didn't mind.
Oh, that's all right. We got you on camera now.
See, you got me perspiring. Us fat people sweat a lot anyway, you know.
What's that old joke about the guy to the girl, you don't sweat much for a fat girl?
You want to be nice.
Yeah.
For a fat girl, y'all don't sweat very much. I don't know, what do you want to play?
You play us something, you know, a long time. This guy used to sit when we were with the group, play all day long, play this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all we do all day.
I've forgotten that. I haven't played it for so long. Bud does that thing. I think he does it on the harmonica.
Who is this Pud?
Oh,
His name's
Stagger
Stagger
Man.
Man.
Oh, okay, is that? All right,
Bud
all right.
McCaskey is his
All
name.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't get the star syndrome and take off your glasses here just because you're going on TV.
Well, I shouldn't take off my glasses. I look terrible.
Wait a
without
minute till I
my
get this loaded
Do
here.
you have a little fan, Tom?
Huh?
Do you have a little fan?
No, it's all right. I need to lose some weight.
Well, that's not gonna help you right now.
I don't worry about it.
You know, when I got that thing, I called, yeah, and, he was on, on a cruise,
Fine.
and I'll be darned, got back, he called me back.
That light doesn't bother me.
When I got back off the
Unless it
cruise, he gave
bothers
me a
you.
call.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Well, Bob, it isn't the light that bothers me.
Oh.
Now,
It's
here
me
we go.
that bothers me. I can play the same thing backwards. See?
What was the name of that?
I don't know. It's some jazz tune.
George, get your guitar. Plays nice guitar.
Sure, get your guitar and we'll
I'm
do
enjoying
some
this.
stuff.
Wow.
I want to write down some of them chords before I leave.
Oh wait, that's my own trade secret, Mike.
That's your own
That's what keeps Harmonetta players from getting me in competition.
Hey, I'll show you some on here.
This is the guy, Smith, if you want to club somebody over the head, that says that you should have jazz and you should ad-lib, and it's not hard, you just got to do it. He's the guy that started me.
Well, you see, he came to Elko with the idea that if it wasn't written, then it couldn't be played. And I said, no, it comes from here. You play what you feel, not what somebody else feels. Unless you personally wrote that. Now, if you personally wrote it, that's your own feeling. But if you didn't write it, then don't play it. I mean, play it, for practice and all that, and if that's the thing that you have to do. But to play jazz, you have to play what you personally feel. And it's jazz players, regardless of who you play with or who you talk to, they'll play the same song different every time.
Yep.
You'll come out a different chorus every time because whatever you feel at that particular moment. It's really great, but it's tough. It's hard.
Well, it isn't
You
hard.
just got to jump in with both feet, that's all.
Yeah,
Right.
you just got to make mistakes.
That's right. And when you make a mistake, hopefully you can hear it and correct it, see?
Well, you never hear your mistakes.
The guys that don't
Everybody else
hear the
does.
mistakes.
You never hear your own.
Guys come up and say, wasn't that supposed to be an E flat there? I said, where?
Right, they don't understand the beauty of what you're playing.
Yeah.
The artistry in it.
I had one guy come up to me and said, you kept going out of the key all the time. I said, yeah. Well, you ain't supposed to do that. Who said? Well, everything I've ever played, you stay right when I said, well, see, that's the difference between jazz and regular music. Jazz, you play whatever you feel like playing. And that's what I felt like playing.
Get your chord out.
And a guy, like the guy that says an artist, he says, how come you chose that particular piece? That's what I felt at that point. And that's what I put in there. It said, what you want.
Well, we're converting now. Yeah, come on.
Not yet.
You do a good little, show you a little bit. You can do with it. I'm on like sneezes once in a while right now. Don't worry about that. A little bit running.
That's all right. It'd be like working with Murad. I looked up at him one night and he had a big hawker hanging down here on his mustache, and I kept going like this, I couldn't stop playing chord long enough to say, stuff your nose.
Okay, let's do a little, you know the chords, another U?
Yeah.
Another U and F.
All right.
Okay. Okay, who wants to give the intro?
Well, I see the, this, I'll keep off to the side so I don't get smacked in the head.
Some music, I'm gonna get something I think.
I had a,
Oh, yeah.
Quebec.
I played with Johnny, you know, I wasn't used to all this togetherness like this, and one night I was standing there, and Mike stuck his head in the middle, in between two guys,
Yeah,
just
I
as I moved, and man, whop, right in the head. Always knocked the poor kid silly.
I should have brought the dance book. Just brought the express.
Very nice, my friend, very nice.
I'd
I'm
rather
digging that, what?
I'd rather listen.
Huh?
I'd rather have you three guys play. You need a chord like a hole in the head.
Full.
Yeah. You got all the chords right there.
Well, it's tough with three-chord instruments, really.
Yeah,
It's got
it
chords,
is.
I got chords, you got
Yeah.
chords.
What if you three just go down?
E flat, what you have to say.
All right, you play the bass.
I can't play that.
I'll just listen.
That'd be great.
E-flat, what? Oh, watch what happens on it.
You wanna do the bridge first, and then come into it, or you wanna come into it, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, give me an intro and we'll find out.
What do you want? It's like bossa nova or
Yeah.
Yeah.
a jazz style?
Like that.
didn't run once, did it? You there, you snuff good.
Well, my harmonica's right.
Don, why don't you move over and George can sit here? Are you taping
Yeah.
us?
Yeah,
Then
sure.
you can all
And
get
you're
a
not in
picture.
the
And you're gonna
picture.
be
Yeah,
too
That's
yeah,
loud.
all right.
you're
Hey, I
in the
don't-
picture,
You're gonna
Dad.
be too
Yeah,
loud
George is in
and
the
they're
picture.
recording, George.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on, George.
I can't see you in the
You
picture.
get a better blend.
Okay.
George?
Well, that
You
bit,
get a
That's
better
not
blend of
you're
that.
gonna have to sit there and, work the recorder in or something.
Oh, sure, I'll do that.
Can I sit on the arm of this?
Hard to sit down and play one of those things, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, well.
Well, I'd sit down.
It's a nice guitar.
Take a stool.
Oh, this is just a El Cheapo. Only get $150 for it.
You don't play anything?
No, I listen.
That's
Great
what I am, a
listener.
good appreciator.
Right.
Yeah,
Play
it's
the
just
radio
a
beautifully, right?
Yep,
little,
yep.
practice guitar.
I have an antique now. It's a 4-string harmony tenor.
Oh, yeah?
Last one made in 1965.
You know, I had one. I found it at the flea market. It was
Oh, yeah?
Stella.
Yeah.
Stella.
Yeah, I
That
got
was-
it for $6.
That was my first guitar. That's that one my brother picked up in the hawk shop
Yeah.
for $3.
Well, this one is
Whoa.
not a Stella.
What's the matter, Al?
Which buttons do I push now?
That
This is
third-
record?
Yeah.
Play in red.
Hey, you know what I done? I forgot to push that darn red one, that last number.
Which one's play?
The third one over. The red one and
Do it
the...
over again.
That's play.
Bob
You gotta press both of
Okay, and where's the stop?
Seven shades.
Right
Just
Okay, now I got
You
it.
didn't get that at all, and you
Hey,
didn't
you
let
don't
it
those.
go?
Pretty bad.
Yes, you have.
Sure I have.
Last time I heard you, you were bad. I didn't want to tell you that, but you were bad, man. You couldn't play, you couldn't follow the chord patterns. This time was beautiful. That was great.
Yeah.
Take it out there and blow on.
See, you gotta
You
work
wanna
at
take
it.
it over there?
You gotta jump in with both feet
No?
Okay.
and make the mistakes and, oh God.
I'm so tired, I
Oh,
don't
I
even
play
know
that
which
harmonica
end's
or
up.
anything now.
I got an Etmophone I bought in 1953.
Oh, that's a good one.
And
Yeah.
that's my regular
Is that
guitar.
the arch
Yep.
top? Yeah.
And it's, they didn't make too many of them. Mine had the 3 pickups and the row of buttons down here.
Yeah.
And it's a Zephyr Emperor. What they done, they took the best acoustical they had and the best electric. And I forget which was which now. One of them, Zephyr was the best electric and so forth. But they made the body 1 3/4 inches longer and 2 inches wider.
George and Billy are in the old cars too.
Huh?
They're in the old cars also.
Oh, yeah?
You
What
want
do
to
you
do?
have?
Well, we got the TV, 52.
Oh. He
I'm
does
into
the
old
work on
cars
it too?
too. I should have
Well,
to
sitting
have
in
one.
the
I can afford to buy a new
pretty
one.
much in
I
shape.
got a 71 Olds Cutlass
But
and a
we just
73
been
Ford
leaving
wagon.
the
Remember the
last
wagon I
one, we
had?
haven't
Still
had
got
time
it.
for it.
I've rebuilt the
That's
engine
the
and
biggest
took it on the road
problem.
once. Put another 35,000-40,000 on it. And it's got 186,000 on it. And the Olds got 189. And the Olds never been touched. Never had a thing done to it. And we're driving it just to see how far it'll go. And that must have been a Wednesday car. See, they made that dude on Wednesday. Oh, Mondays and Fridays are terrible.
Yeah.
Monday he's just back from the weekend too, you know. And Friday he's hoping to get home early. So this had to be a Wednesday car. It's just run beautifully. It uses a little oil, and that's about it. But it's not a smoke blower. But see, it's been driven interstate. When she drives to work, she drives back and forth to work, and it's about 15 miles on the interstate. So it's got it all blown out and warmed up good every time she goes.
Well, that van that I had was really good fun.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it didn't run all that far. It always leaked oil, but it never let me down.
Yeah.
Always started. It was sitting in the driveway sometimes for a couple of months. You get in, it start right up. But it's retired now.
We had a Dodge Maxi wagon when I was with Don, and it belonged to Don and Miller. They bought it together. And the wagon was about, or the Maxi wagon, had the original 4 seats in it. And we took one seat out and put a bed in there. And then when we'd drive, somebody could lay down and sleep while the other person drove. You know, Don didn't drive. but Don could drive. It's just that he couldn't see well enough to do anything, you see. And so then he sent off to France, and he got a pair of glasses that are quintfocals, 5, but they just tapered. You know, he used, did you ever see him read? This guy used to read newspaper like this, that close, and tipped his head because he couldn't see. And with these, he could sit down here like this and read it just like that.
All you had to do is get the right angle.
Right.
Yeah, they're making them.
See, he had about 3 pairs of glasses, but he's a very vain person, and he's embarrassed to let anybody know that he can't see well. If he passes you on the street and doesn't speak to you, he won't tell you that he can't see you. He'll just tell you that he must not have forgotten. He must have just forgotten who you were or something. You know. He didn't forget who you were. The guy got a fantastic memory. But he was just embarrassed to let anybody know that he had a handicap. So we would subtly reading the menus. See? And of all the 3 guys, he's the nicest of all of them. He's really an honest person, and he treats
He's hardest
right.
to get to know.
Oh yeah, he's toughy. He's a loner.
I've come upon him a lot of times.
Oh, yeah.
And still.
Yeah, he doesn't make friends. Don and I have been friends for, I don't know, 25 years. 30
He
years.
sure is funny.
And when I worked with him back in the 50s, about 56, 57, we got to know each other, and I think at the end of 4 weeks, he finally invited me over to his room to play a little jazz. 4 weeks. And we would see each other, hi Don, hi Bob, kept right on going. So he's just a loner, you know.
You know, you're kind of strange yourself, though.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
remember
understandable.
a time that he said, when we go on stage tonight, he said, I'm going to play all the wrong chords to the song you're playing. And he did.
I turned my harmonica upside down.
For the whole song.
Nobody could tell anyways. And he got this microphone, Johnny making all this noise, and I played all the wrong chords, and he's going, it threw him, really threw him.
I'm nervous.
And we'd be standing on stage. I remember we worked alcove up the Rehearsal Hotel, and we'd stand on stage, and we had this cluster, you know, where everybody had to get real close, and Tom would be standing here, and then Carl would be standing out here directing everybody, and I'd reach over like this, and I'd tickle the back of his head, and he couldn't tell who it was because I'm working with a chord. You know, it can't be me. I've got to use both hands. But what I'd do, I would be playing like A flat, and I'd hold it in the middle like this, and reach around and kick him in the head.
Wasn't enough that I was having a hard time.
Yeah. And he had never worked with a group before, and he was really sweating blood on some of the things like that polka, silly polka, well, Happy Feet polka, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It took him too nice to figure out who was tickling him in the back of the head, because he happened to turn around and catch me one night.
But I have the most memorable, if you will, on tape in Arizona. You remember the fair when we were playing? And one by one we all fell over and couldn't play on stage anymore, and they began to stand there and laugh and freak out.
Yeah.
And the audience thought it was great. They thought it was part of the act, right?
Yeah. Johnny cut one.
And we were all
huddled like this, and it's all coming right up here like this. Oh,
and we were all, in a couple of minutes, there was nothing but laughter on the stage because we couldn't play.
Yeah.
We were, when we were playing in San Francisco, the lead player, Carl Wright, I don't know if you know him.
Oh, I
I
know.
want you to come over here. He's right here.
I'm going to run the recorder.
Oh.
He missed the show. And
That's
Johnny
Carl.
says to me, you're playing lead, let's go, you know. Well, I hadn't even any ideas about playing lead.
And
Anyhow, on we went, and there was a sailor that had come up, a friend of Les McGann's at that time, and he was in uniform. Took him on stage with us. And, you know, pushed a harmonica in his hand, and we just shoved him around on the stage. He went through the whole show with us.
we had to do that one night. Johnny, this was after you left.
I was in Elko. He didn't show up. He was still in
Oh,
bed.
I know.
Don't you remember?
I know that. Yeah. Well, remember when we went to San Francisco from Elko?
Yeah.
He disappeared. And, you know, he's a senile old man. You know, you got to hang on to him. I'm literally hold on to his clothes. Because he'd just walk away, you know.
Wander off.
Yeah, and we stopped in Reno to rent a car.
Yeah.
Got the car,
Yeah.
went over to have breakfast. Remember that?
Yeah.
And Johnny went in with us, and it's one of these coffee shop things where you had to go through a turnstile to get in and out. We figured, man, we got him now, you know. He walked under the turnstile and went out, and nobody heard it click, see? And finally, where's Johnny? I don't know. So we all fanned out in the club, we're looking for him. And I think it was JoJo that found him first. He was back in the hallway leading to the men's restroom with $147 in silver dollars that he won on this damn silver dollar machine, see? I went back and I'm stuffing silver dollars in my pockets and in my shirt pocket. You know, silver dollars are heavy.
Yeah.
And Johnny's got stuff in his pockets, Joe's got his stuff in his pocket, and we go up to trade them in. And of course, we're pressed for time. See, all we did was just stop for 30 minutes to get to breakfast. And it took us an hour and a half, and man, we went across those mountains like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, but then we lost him again, and we found him laying in the middle of the floor in a casino signing autographs.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
Laying flat on the floor signing autographs.
And that same job, you remember him buying the luggage?
Yeah.
He goes across the street, and after the rehearsal, we're in a rented car now. It was like a Chevy or Ford, which 3 guys in the back and 2 guys and Johnny in the front seat, see? And we'd all trade places so everybody gets a chance to sit in the front seat and stretch your legs out. And we've got the act in the trunk and all of our little stuff we had with us for one night. And he goes over and he buys 6 pieces of luggage. And JoJo had to pay this guy $100 to take them back. $800 for the luggage. And he had to give the guy a $100 bill to open his store up again and take the luggage back. Oh boy, that was fun. I enjoyed the group.
Dave said they were having a hard time with that.
Oh, well, see, he's, what was 71, 72 when he died?
Oh,
Well, let's see, that dwarf's life expectancy is only in their 40s.
yeah. I think when I was with the group, I talked to Johnny about that, and he was he was in his early 40s. And he said, yeah, he says, I think I can maybe expect to live to be 50, 55, the most. And here he went to 70.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
70 or
darn near
72
a
somewhere.
record.
But he was a senile old man. You
Oh,
know.
well, you have to see when he was on stage, we were standing up there, he came up, and he goes in, he'll come here, and you go down the street, he says, hey, you son of a bitch, smile, we're on stage, I'm having a good time. I mean, he was part of the act, you know?
Yeah, he'd tell dirty jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Oh,
Poke
yeah.
people in the butt with his harmonica
Yeah,
as they
right.
went by.
When it's a Illuminati, real poly boy.
What else you want to do?
Oh, no, we don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah. Right here.
This is it, no.
You got a pause button on here, George?
Mm-hmm.
Which one? Oh,
Oh, no, this is-
oh, no. Okay. You're ready to start.
Come sat down and see.
Set draw.
Go ahead.
What?
Big intro.
Very good.
You got that? Push.
Good.
That's fun. I've done this a long time. I think Spa convention was the last time I did this. That was, what, 2 or 3 years ago? Yeah. Did you get to beat Rocky?
Did you get to meet Rocky?
Yeah, you know
Oh,
Rocky?
we know him from
Rocky Arts.
Yeah, we've known him since
Yeah.
I think it was about 10.
What, do you know him? He called me all the time, keeping me apprised of what's going on with Gary Smith and what he's doing. So,
He's a very, very energetic young man.
all of it, guys, full of energy. Sleep about 4 hours and get up and go again. Did you hear that millionizer thing?
Yeah.
Did you hear it? Well, they called me and wanted me to go over there, and I told them I gotta have money. So I'm not some young kid, you know. I said I need at least $1 a week, and I want a round trip plane ticket before I even talk to you, buddy. Because I need that round trip ticket in my name, so that can't be canceled by anybody. Now get me in Europe and say, hey, take the last money or you're gonna go home.
They try to do that to everybody. You know, they want everybody to come and sing for nothing. But and Dave, they talked to Charlie Layton, Dr. Ray.
It's 300 a week. He says, how come I can buy harmonica players in the United States for $250 a week? I said, because they're lousy harmonica players, that's why. And they need the money. He says, us who are good need the money, but we settle good money, not cheap money.
Yeah, they heard David retired and they were
Nice. That's what you call fun music. Don't make you no money, so it's fun.
Yeah, that's right, doesn't make any money at all.
No. You know what I do in my big tune? I can do that whole thing with 2 fingers. It takes no talent really, but they just go wild over that there stuff.
Yep.
You start hand clapping, stomping, it all works.
Can you do it? Can you drink the water? Or the glass of water can drink the
I haven't tried that trick yet. I've tried everything else. The big problem in the music business now is contemporary. See? It's all contemporary, everywhere you go. And you go into, well, like Don and I got in with the Roadway Inns, the guy that booked the Roadway Inns, and the Ramadas, both of them. But there was only about 15 across the whole country where you were that had the nostalgia type music that we played. And the rest of it was contemporary. They got a couple hundred. And guys in Chicago, I forget his name, he books all the roadways. And he said, well, I've got a few that you could work. And it's really kind of like, gee, I wish you hadn't called me, you know. And I could see why. We worked the one in San Francisco. And they wanted, and again, they want you to do a dance set, and they want you to do a floor show.
Yeah.
And so you're talking about a lot of work, man. You're talking like 7 o'clock to 1 in the morning, and blowing your brains out.
You're getting 4 hours straight.
Yeah, all right. So, and the groups, and I know the way Holiday Inn works, they pay, I think top money in Holiday Inns now is $2,500 a week, and I don't care how many people are in your group. You can have 40 in there, and there's still $2,500. So if you get 3, well, they have a set price for 3, so they get about $1,200, $1,300. And if they really draw, and it's a big crowd drawer, like they'll go 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 for 3 people. But how many groups you see with 3 people? Most of them have 5 and 6 people. See? Take 6 people and split $2,500 among those 6 people.
Yeah.
And they get the rooms free, but they get 40% off on the food. Well, 40% off of $10 is still $6. Any way you look at it, man, you go spending that 3 times a day, and you're talking about a lot of money. You see?
Sure.
So the guy ends up eating McDonald's down the street half the time, or carting it in, eating in the room. So it isn't worth it.
Al, he's playing the full style chord on stage for Big in My Heart.
oh, just for the show. Yeah, it is more showy.
Yeah.
Do you do it on the old chord?
No.
It's tough.
I made the switch to the new chord and then
I forgot the old chord completely.
totally.
Yeah. Well, the old chord, you really can't relate anything from the new chord to the old chord except that it's backwards. You go down, down, down,
Oh,
instead of down,
it's
down,
pulling
down.
teeth to make the switch.
Yeah, right. And
Took a lot of nerve.
diminished aren't in the same place.
Got some old chest
Your
notes.
augmenteds aren't in the same place.
Yeah, and the worst part was that you didn't know if they're going to stay.
Yeah.
If they went back to the other one, and here you made the switch. You know?
Right. And then all of a sudden you end up playing a chord that's obsolete.
Yeah.
What do you think about the poor guy that played Vanetta? And that's all he had to work with. I saw one, and I wish I'd have bought that thing now.
You mean the 3-decker?
Yeah.
That's that one.
Have you?
Yeah. Bill Fox has it. You know Bill Fox? And they have one on sale at Spa for $150. Alex Bogle.
Huh.
He wants $150 for it.
We don't-
But I'm not cared for it. The chord is too thin.
Yeah.
It's just a little 3-note chord.
Yeah, right.
Really easy, actually.
Hey, man, this guy got chops.
I just
We
trying-
did that with, did a thing with Lionel Hampton. And we were gonna do a commercial with him, for him, in return for his group doing our band charts and to see how they sounded. And these guys, you know, he had a fairly good sized band, about 9 or 10 pieces. And we'd go in there and we'd cut the commercial and so on, we'd get through, and the guy says, okay, now let's see what you've got. How's it go? And so we start handing out parts. This one guy says, hey man, these guys got chops, I can't read this stuff. And it ended up a wipeout, man, they couldn't play a note. They were all head musicians. Very good. I mean, the guys did Lionel Hampton stuff, you know, that was what he was there for. So I got the biggest kick out, hey man, these guys got chops.
Like the guy who didn't know how to use his chainsaw, you know, it's a long joke and he gets it started. What's that noise?
Yeah.
You guys ready for some lunch?
Guys ready for some lunch?
Yeah.
Seems like we just got done with breakfast.
You popping for lunch, really?
Tangerine.
Tangerine.
How do you want to do it, Latin or sweet?
Oh, let's do it swing.
Okay.
What key you got it in there? Give it.
I don't know, it's
Yeah.
in bass clef, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What key?
$5 for it, just so we can.
That's the
That's
old
what I was
ivory
before I
mouthpiece.
ever
How old
started.
is that?
Well, let's get one more on the
How
bass
old is
before
that?
we
That's a
do
new
that.
bass, I got
They
that,
start putting ivory.
well,
plastic.
I bought them off from, Gene Hansen.
I haven't seen one. Well, I'll bet he had it in a long time.
No, I bought, the bass is new, I mean, it's like 5 years old.
I
But,
didn't know they were using them.
Oh,
no, he made them.
Oh,
Al, why don't you get your chord on this and you can play the bass on this, huh? This Masquerade. I got a chord sheet here.
okay.
You know what? Okay.
No.
D minor.
D minor?
Yeah.
What is it?
This Masquerade.
Whose bass is this? This yours?
Mine.
Oh, yeah? That's a nice bass. Got a nice
Oh,
bass.
yeah, two fuses. I gotta start his recorder.
Thought he was gonna sit down. My arm with it was right under him. I only brought one. I thought, man, oh, there goes the act. What is it?
It's Masquerade.
I forget how to tune it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we'll just start.
Did I ever hear it? Let me see the chords.
Oh, you want? Yeah.
Let me get over where the chords are.
This is just his D minor 7 and G7 fade.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Wait a minute here. Where does the tune start?
At A, probably.
Oh, okay. These don't even look familiar to me. I guess I've been reading the chord chart instead. Okay, I'm sorry. So one more time. Something is sure as heck wrong here.
Yeah.
It is not. It is not right. Sorry.
Well, I don't know.
C minor, it'll be a E flat to an F seventh, to B flat major. These aren't the same chords to
No,
what
they're
you're
not.
playing, because they should be a minor, and then to a seventh. See, a D minor to a G7. Yeah.
What key is that written in?
This is cube F. So it goes D minor, D major seventh, D minor seventh, G9, B minor, B flat, E minor seventh, A
This
seventh.
is the part from the...
I don't know who wrote the chord.
Them strange to the
Yeah.
what you're playing.
Are you playing this as an intro here?
Where?
Let's see. You play this right here?
Stop it. Chord.
I did. Try this right here.
Are we
Okay.
doing it? You said
We're
let's
gonna
read.
try this.
Yeah, just try. Go ahead.
And we're gonna try it with talk.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I think
2,
it's
3, 4.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
Okay, so you're playing this as an
Yeah.
intro.
Okay.
What it
This is a wrong chord.
Well,
It's the wrong chord. It should be
It's a D major seven.
There you go. I'm trying to figure out what it must repeat down here. Let's see where. Move your thumb. It's wrong again there too.
We'll see what it sounds like.
That'd be an A7.
Who wrote what chord?
who wrote that?
See?
Yeah.
That's
Now
right.
play it with this.
Ba, ba, ba.
Try it with this. I think it just stays on D
Actually,
minor.
minor.
It does.
Yeah. Do it with just a D minor there. Play it.
you're changing too late.
Oh, I see, okay.
Da 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 da.
Okay.
I think it's. Yeah.
Oh, those are hopeless.
Do you have your chord book with you?
No.
Hmm.
I don't.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Bob. I don't know who looked at us.
I don't know either either. I haven't had the focus.
That's a funny feeling. I thought when I first started to play, what is going on?
So you want to call him?
You did talk to this album already, didn't you? That's what it's
You do Rose Room off the top of your head?
Trying to begin to sort it out on my head.
Yeah.
This is brand new, isn't it?
Yeah, that's, well, 5 years old, but I haven't used it that much.
Let me get some.
That ain't hard.
Responds beautiful.
What do you think
Oh,
about putting
Don?
felt in there?
Here's your second sheet.
Oh.
What, inside here?
Yeah.
You know
What, to soften it down?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Take
This
the
looks like Dave's writing.
thin part